Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Modern Warfare Remastered In Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be reviewing the M16, as it's commonly known, or the M16A4 in the game, the original OP weapon in Call of Duty, the most popular, most effective, and most used weapon in Modern Warfare Remastered and in the original COD 4. Of note, I've actually fired this weapon in real life as well. Very fun, very accurate, very long range, and it's actually scaled back a little bit from the game. Of course, in real life you die in one shot. So the base damage on the M16 is 40 up close, but it decreases down to 30 at a distance, meaning that it will kill in between 3 and 4 shots, just kind of depending on how far away you are from the enemy. And the one burst kill range is 20 meters. Now this is without stopping power. We'll talk about stopping power in just a second, but the one burst range at 20 meters is not bad. That's right around where some machine guns are going to start dropping off. You will start being a little bit less effective in your one burst, but it's kind of a two-hit or quit as long as you're not running stopping power. However, stopping power will massively improve this weapon, increasing the damage up to 56 up close and then 42 at a distance, which means that it takes 2 to 3 shots to kill, or always a one burst kill at any range, just so long as you hit all 3 shots. It does not matter if they are all the way across the map. As long as all 3 of your shots hit, you will kill them. And of note, with that 56 damage, that means if you're up relatively close, you can drop in 2 shots, which isn't even a whole burst, and that means you can kill people very, very quickly, and I'm going to be highly recommending stopping power for this weapon. Headshots deal 1.4x damage, and it's not useful with stopping power because that's already killing in 2 or 3 shots or one burst, and the added difficulty of going for headshots isn't really, it's not going to change your time to kill except in a few niche situations at range, and it's going to cause you to miss more. However, if you're choosing to run this weapon with double tap or UAV jammer or sonic boom or something like that, then headshots can be very beneficial to you. But if you're going the tried and true stopping power method, I just wouldn't bother with it. And the weapon can be a hit marker machine versus juggernauts if you don't have stopping power. This is something that you'll see in the gameplay when I'm running the suppressor. It is very much so not fun fighting a juggernaut with this weapon if you don't have stopping power, mostly because you can't kill the juggernaut in one burst, and when you factor in the burst delay and missing some shots and stuff, you're almost always going to get hosed before you can do anything about it. So that is a major weakness of the weapon. However, it does fire very quickly at 900 rounds per minute. That's the rate of fire of the burst, and there is the standard 200 millisecond delay, but that is a very fast rate of fire for a weapon that kills so quickly. It's going to feel fast. It's going to feel like brrr, brrr. You're just kind of like you're dumping bullets out. You'll absolutely love it, I promise. And overall, the M16 has an extremely fast time to kill, and that can be at any range with stopping power. It's got a good time to kill in general, but fast time to kill at any range with stopping power. One of the fastest in any Call of Duty game, actually. This is like, you could take this weapon and take it into any Call of Duty game, and it would be a top tier weapon in any COD game, not just COD 4/Modern Warfare Remastered. HIPFIRE spread is poor. Now, most of the assault rifles in this game have poor HIPFIRE spread. There's nothing special or unique about it numerically. However, it is even worse to use given that it is a burst fire weapon. Burst fire weapons just tend not to be very fun hipfire because there's a big delay and somebody's going to be in your face. And typically with hipfire, you just want bullet hoses. You just want to dump a lot of lead downstream. This isn't that type of weapon. So I'd recommend against hipfire in general, which is why I don't run steady aim. I'm going to go with deep impact or extreme conditioning or something more useful on the weapon. And the M16 has laser-like accuracy. It is incredibly accurate, even at very long ranges. Yes, it does have some recoil, but it's very minimal, even in this game, and even compared to any other Call of Duty game. This is one of the places where it actually received the first ever nerf in a COD game, if I'm not mistaken. When COD 4 came out, there were a lot of people complaining about the M16 being OP, and it was even more accurate than it is now. It also has extremely low idle sway. This is something you'll notice, especially when you put a red dot sight on it. You can aim down sights and pre-aim corners, and your guy doesn't huff and puff and breathe and let it drag around. Very, very accurate. However, if you put on an ACOG sight, your idle sway accuracy is going to go way down. The ACOG sight, for whatever reason, has a lot of idle sway. It likes to bob around. It likes to be very annoying. Unlike most of the other weapons in the game, there's no accuracy penalty for running the ACOG sight, but there is an idle sway penalty, which can be very very frustrating. Speaking of frustrating, I find the iron sights to be frustrating and too obstructive to really take advantage of the weapon's accuracy. The M16 is all about dropping people in one shot and using the laser-like accuracy to pick off snipers and G3 users and stuff like that. However, the iron sights are too obstructive. Yes, I am physically capable of aiming with them. Yes, the actual crosshair where the bullets go is pretty clear, but what you really want is an optical attachment on this weapon. You don't want to worry about obstructions. You don't want to squint to make sure you've got it lined up right. You just want to let the dot do its work and hose people with your super accurate weapon. And when it comes to class recommendations, I'm going to have to go with tried and true. M16 is best with stopping power and red dot sight. This has been true all the way back to 2004. Very difficult to best this combo. I mean, red dot sight makes it much easier to aim. Stopping power makes it a one burst at any range. The gun is awesome like that. I really wouldn't recommend ACOG because of idle sway. I guess you could run stopping power and silencer if you just really don't mind the iron sights, but to me they're very annoying, and anything else is just going to be kind of goofy. Let's go deep impact or extreme conditioning and not steady aim or anything like that, or not martyrdom or last stand, because that's what assholes use. And finally, I'll offer a little bit of opinion at the end of this episode. There are a lot of people in the community that played both the original game and people that haven't, that want the M16 and maybe a couple of other weapons nerfed in Modern Warfare Remastered. Maybe it's my bias from a nostalgic standpoint, but I would just say to leave the weapon alone. It's been this way for 9 years. The whole point of Modern Warfare Remastered is this classic, nostalgic, go back in time to a slightly more hardcore, faster time to kill, tactical kind of game, before the community was too worried about balance and stuff like that. So it's fine to leave it alone, to just let it be the best gun, let it be OP, and not worry about it. However, from a pure mathematical standpoint, a weapon like this in any normal Call of Duty game or a modern one would very easily be overpowered, and it definitely is overpowered, but I'm just kind of, COD 4 is like sacred ground to me. It's like one of the best shooters of all time, so I'm very averse to changing things in the game. That's just my opinion, but you guys might disagree with me. You might think that a nerf might significantly improve people's gameplay experience, and it very well might. Guys, that's all for this episode of In Depth. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.